Moorland Farm is a scenic spot in the charming small town of Far Hills, New Jersey. It's best known as the home of the Far Hills Race Meeting, where steeplechasing every October draws upwards of 30,000 people. But on June 24th and 25th, it will be hosting something different, the Mars Essex Horse Trials. This competition covers dressage, show jumping, and most interesting of all, cross-country jumping over ingenious obstacles spread out across the brilliant green turf. It's a revival of a very special event last held in 1998. Co-organizers Ralph Jones and Morgan Rowsell, who is also the course designer, gave me a peek at what the cross-country courses for the divisions from beginner novice to open preliminary will involve. So Morgan, you have 8 different divisions. That's an awful lot of work for you, isn't it?
Yeah, there's 4 divisions and then they're divided in half. So there'll be 4 tracks out there.
But it's a fabulous setting, isn't it? You build courses all over the place, and a setting like this, hard to come by, isn't it?
It doesn't get any better than this. The infrastructure the races have set up is just a perfect marriage, but more just the rolling hills, the grass, the location, the town, everything lends itself to having a great event, so we're really looking forward to it. Moorland's very unique in that from this vantage point you'll be able to see 90% of the course, but you're not winding and twisting the course in on itself, so it lends itself to a better flow than some places. And the horses feel like they're going somewhere, and it just sort of, again, lends itself to a nice course. But having the hills and the open land gives the spectators a chance to see just about everything from this vantage point. And where we're standing now, on this hillside, will be the tailgating. And it will be oriented, if you pan to the right, you'll see the water complex is that direction. So it'll be oriented so they can see the water complex. The cross country will start on this first bend in the track. So just beyond Chestnut Lane, there will be the start box in the shadows of that tree, and they get to circumnavigate the entire track, which is quite special that the races are allowing us to do that. We are on turf that's well over 100 and some odd years old, and they irrigate it, they aerate it, and it'll be perfect footing for the horses. On top of that, the races have committed to irrigating the rest of the track, and so they'll start again down by that tree just across the gravel road, and they'll circumnavigate the track, and they'll go all the way past that tractor that's mowing, down past those woods. The lower levels will come into the infield at this point because they need to have less distance than the preliminary level. The preliminary level will go all the way down and be more or less on the timber track, and then they all come up to this tower, and the preliminary and training will do a question around the tower and then back onto the track. Novice and beginner novice will stay on the track, and then they come across the lower end of this field, and the water complex is off to the right.
The water complex is really a centerpiece of any course, isn't it?
This was a perfect site for us because of the location. You're not hindered by trees and streams and woods and whatnot. So we're able to build quite a significant fence here, and it's roughly 10 strides across and about 8 strides wide. It's shaped like a kidney to just give it a little bit of something interesting rather than just a big pond. And all the divisions will come across the road in that direction, coming towards us, and the lower levels will go over this spruce snake, I call it, and then they come down to the water this way. And the reason why I did that is because the younger horses really need to see the water long ahead of time, so they understand what they're being asked, and the whole point of the lower levels is not to test but to educate. So they get to see the water, and they'll be able to see crowds, and we're going to have a car in the water jump, so they'll be able to see the car, and they'll be able to sort it out and have the best chance to get through it. The upper levels, it's a bit more of a test in that they won't really be, they'll be on the lower side of the field there, and they won't really see the water until they get up to it. And so it's, the riders will have to be on point to get it done. And then they'll come through the water jump towards us, and they leave behind us, and then they jump the big chicaners across a ditch, which is sort of a nice, exciting feature. It's not very difficult for the horses to sort out, but it gives the riders a bit of a spook. And then they run up the hill, jump those oxers on the hill, and down, and then the finish line is towards the town.
So I know that the vendor village and the parties are going to be a big part of what Essex is all about. And is this the area where they're both going to be held?
We're fortunate to be able to set up a nice big tent right here by the show jumping arena, and that's going to be called the Hoopstick Club, which is named after Elliot and Jean Haller's farm, Hoopstick Farm. That was what really was the start of the Essex Horse Trials in 1968. So the big tent will be here. We expect to have about 300 people for the Saturday evening party, and Morgan has arranged for the preliminary show jumping to be held right during the cocktail party. And not only will we have all the members of the club who have bought a ticket to get in, but we also invited all the riders, particularly those that aren't competing on that evening, to be part of the VIP festivities. And that'll be quite a great social gathering, reminiscent of the old days when Essex had the big social crowds at the USET.
Do the riders or the horses ever get distracted by people having a good time while they watch?
Well, yeah, I mean, they can. Horses that are not experienced at being around crowds may have an issue with that. Essex is going to provide a chance for professionals especially to prepare their horses at the lower levels and hopefully eventually the upper levels with a big atmosphere. We would like to have this be a stepping stone. The show jumps will look quite spectacular, so it'll be an eye-opener for horses and it'll be a good educational experience. But having said that, we're not looking to have beginner novice run out as soon as they run in, so we will be sensitive.
With a vendor fair, a car show, tailgating, and a food tent, the Essex Horse Trials will be lots of fun. So go to the website at www.essexhorsetrials.org, that's essexhorsetrials.org, to buy a $10 ticket that is good for both days. It's a great value. Tickets at the gate are $20 per person, with children 14 and under free. Parking is also free. You can check out the tailgating packages on the website as well. Packages also are available for the Ringside Hoopstick Club.